putting our application to the Electoral Commission to get a full license so that we also participate as a political party. So our party...
But Mr. Adoye, what would you then do if you wake up within the next couple of days and hear that Alan Kwadwo Kyerematen has joined the NPP or has rejoined the NPP? What will become of your political fortunes? Will you then take it up and leave the movement for change?
Alan will never do that.
Okay.
Alan will never. Alan will never do that. In 1992, when Alan was using his resources to, help form this party, all those officers there, all those executives there, how many of them were there? Some of them were 10 years. Some of them were 10 years by then. But today, they can stand and speak, excuse my language, rubbish to Alan Kwadwo Kyerematen. Alan will never go back to MPP. Let alone to say that we have to apply. What kind of nonsense? When I was joining MPP, did I write a formal application to join MPP? I just entered. I went to the office and took my membership card. That's all. So to tell me that if I want to join MPP, as if MPP is so attractive that people want to join. Look, the youth of this country, those in universities and those, if you want to go forward in politics, never dream of joining MPP. Never. Look at NDC. NDC is the most attractive party today. Look at how President has rewarded the youth who helped the party. And then the old ones, he has putting them in place that they'll be giving these people the guidelines and all those kind of things. That is how we run a party. Not that of MPP. No.
So are you saying all these things because you are bitter about the party?
Everywhere.
I'm asking, are you saying all these things because you are bitter about the party?
Oh, I cannot say because I am bitter, that's why I'm saying this. I'm stating the fact.
Okay.
And I cannot also run away for bitterness. That one, I am not a hypocrite.
Okay.
Because I risked my life. I fought for MPP. I put everything aside. I am a teacher by profession. 2008, I was in classroom when we lost elections. January 2009, all former ministers of Kufuor were not able to speak on radio. I decided to quit my job and then speak for the party. And I did that from 2008 to now. So at a point, if you decide to treat me this way, and I say I am not bitter, then I'm turning to be a liar.
Okay.
But I am not saying this because I am bitter, but I'm stating the fact that MPP is not attractive. It's a declining party. I can assure you that 2028, MPP is going to get 28%. I quite remember in August 2024, I had an interview and I said, Dr. Bawumia is going to get 39%. People were insulting me. But what happened? When James declared the elections, first time it was 41.7%. After adding all the 9 constituencies, MPP had 38%. And I am saying it today, that 2028, MPP will get 28%. Save this interview for 2028. We'll revisit it.
Okay.
A declining party like this, I am stating it today. I, Hobson Yaovi Adoye, I will never make any attempt of joining MPP.
But what if the party comes to you? What if the party comes to you?
Not to organize the party again, decide to go on retirement. I would rather be happy to join NDC than going back to MPP.
But what if the party comes to you and say that, well, for your sacrifices made in the past, we want you back in the fray?
No. I will not do that. There's a first fool is not a fool. The second fool is a fool.
Do you think the party is doing this to pad up its numbers?
How can you win elections without numbers?
Okay.
50 plus 1. I hope I have a wife. I have 2 kids that vote. I have my family members who depend on me. I have friends. My wife also has some friends and all other things that depend on her to vote. So if they are saying 50 plus 1, and you think you could say, so that is all, it's a lie. It's a total lie. That's why I am saying that MPP will stay in opposition for long. Mark my words.
If you say the NDC is attractive, have you considered joining the NDC already?
No, we are forming our political party. That's Movement for Change. I don't want to put the name out now.
Okay.
Because we are yet to. The day we receive our provisional license, we'll have a press conference and everybody will get to know the name of the party. That is where we'll do. But you see, in this country, we have what we call maybe partnership, alliance, whatever. Even if there is the need for alliance, our party would not go into alliance with MPP on this earth. If we need to go to alliance, we'll be more comfortable going into alliance with NDC than MPP. That one, trust me. It's a strong conviction. Every member of Movement for Change has that conviction that there is no way Movement for Change should have anything doing with New Patriotic Party.
Now, this is not the first time the NPP is doing this. We saw that in 2008, Nanada's campaign, 2016, 2020 as well. Do you think this will erode party structures for, say, the disciplinary committee?
You know, this disciplinary committee, they are, toothless bulldog. They can only bark, they don't bite.
Okay.
Are you getting it? People were doing things haphazardly. A constituency officer can take a decision and then suspend people without referring the discipline at the constituency level. They take actions just like that. Look, during primaries, I made a statement. I was granted this interview at the party headquarters where we had the super delegates, and then there was a clear outline that nobody should be seen giving money out, no official or officer should be there on all those kind of things. The chief of staff, Akosia Febopari, was there, and he entered the women's organizers' office. At the entrance of the office, that's where we have the polling booth. When people vote, you call them in and give them money. I said this, they said they are referring me to a disciplinary action.
Okay.
I went there first time, and I told them that, look, my evidence is this CCTV camera you see here. That is my evidence. So let's go into the cameras and then trace and see whether what I was saying, I was wrong. Because he called his bodyguard to bring money from his her car. Okay. And this fat brown envelope, sharing money left and right. When we pointed it out, they were using that one to intimidate me. You know, Hobson can never be intimidated.
All right.
For me, put me where you cannot intimidate me. So all I am saying is that the youth of this country consider a new party is coming, who is a UP-rooted party. They should consider joining that.
Okay.
But for MPP, I will never advise any youth to join MPP.
All right. Thank you very much. But congratulations to your wife on winning the Artist of the Year, the Ghana Music Awards USA.
We are very grateful.
You're welcome.
We just want to appreciate Ghanaians for voting for her. Okay. And all those who have issues that, why Empress, why Empress? When she was nominated, you did not raise any issue.
All right.
He campaigned for it, and people voted for her. So we are very grateful to Ghanaians.
You're welcome. Let's engage a political scientist, Professor Seydou Alidu joins me via Zoom. Prof, thank you very much for joining us so morning. So good morning to you. In terms of precedence, this is not the first time we're seeing this. I mentioned to Hobson that we saw that in 2008, we saw that in 2016, and even 2020, the party made overtures at instances of this nature. Now, in 2016, for instance, there were deep-seated factionalism within the NPP. There were camps like the Bugri Nabu camps. Is this attempt or is this move not going to increase factionalism?
Good morning to your viewers.
Good morning.
I think unity is paramount in every institution or human organization. Mm-hmm. And because it's a human organization, there are bound to be errors, there are bound to be mistakes, there are bound to be fallout, especially where power is involved and people have to contest for power. Mm-hmm. So I think there are two things, or even three things amnesty can do.
Okay.
The first one is that an amnesty that political party may take towards its citizens, especially those who have offended, can be sincere, genuine, and true, and can lead to reconciliation, resolution of differences, and close their ranks to be able to help them compete strongly. Two, it could also not be sincere or genuine, but it may just be an attempt to send a signal that even if we cannot reconcile, we have taken the initiative to show that we are a party that forgives, and we are a party that can open up our door for others who have offended or do things to us to be able to come on board. So whether, or maybe it could just be to let people believe that we are trying to reconcile, when sincerely that is not the intention. So whichever way it is, I think there should be an element of sincerity, an element of honesty in trying to close the rank and file of the political party. If it is done with any other intention apart from this sincerity, then it will lead to more alienation and more disaffection. But for the political party to even come out and say that symbolically, it suggests that they have the intention of closing their ranks, they have the intention to forgive, and they have an intention on the prize ahead of them. And they know that it is very key. And you have also seen what has come out immediately after the 20. There have been a lot of or their social or religious or personal affiliation has been targeted. And Honorable Hobson Adoye, I listened to him, and he has been one of the people who have faced a lot of vilification, So those kind of things, there are people who are not happy. And that necessitated the formation of the Microcode Committee, and they have finished with their findings. So I think this amnesty is part of the elements to build party unity moving forward. Whether it is symbolic or it is sincere, at least it's a gesture that will move the party forward towards closing their ranks for 2028.
Does it pose any risk to the party, reinstating members who were disloyal to the party?
Yes and no. And it also comes with its own problems. Because one, if you have sacked somebody from the party, or you have insulted somebody within the party, and the person feels that he has been unfairly victimized or unfairly attacked. Now, if that person is brought on board with that sincere remorse from the people who vilified him or from the people who attacked him, without that element of sincere remorse and forgiveness, they will still have that element of hatred towards those who did this to them, though they will come on board. So sincerely, they will not commit to working in the interest of the party, even though they may come on board. That's one way. But the other way is also that when people like that are brought on board, you tend to see that elements who are still in the party will not trust them fully. Oh, these people, they have gone and they are back. We won't trust them like the other people that we have in the party. So that also lead to them being marginalized in terms of consultation. They'll not consult them. And then if you bring people back and you treat them this way, they'll not also feel happy. Right? And that can also deepen the cracks. They become more aggrieved about those kind of happenings. And then it will create more tension in the party. So it's a good move. But if you bring them back, to what extent are you sincerely and genuinely receiving them? Are you going to give them the same level of consultation and strength and then rules that you used to give them when they were in the party? Would it be that element of complete trust? If there's no complete trust, how will they feel that you came out, reach out to me and bring me back, but you still feel that you don't trust me fully? There are certain things I can't disclose to you because you came back to the party or you had left the party before. Will also endanger a lot of the unity that they want to bring. So I think it's a very delicate act that has to be played out carefully. And I believe that when it is done sincerely and genuinely with the intention to close the rank and file of the party, it will move forward. But if to please the gallery and to let people know that, oh, we are making an attempt to do this, then it will create more problems.
Now, Prof, this is of the...
To do this, then it will create more problems.
Now, Prof, this is of the New Patriotic Party. The rumor mill has it that you are tipped to replace Alhaji Dr. Ibrahim Murtala Mohammed in Tamale Central. Is this true?
I don't want to comment on this. and for the record, I'm no longer the head of political science department. Okay. So I'm just a political scientist, yes. But
on the opposition NDC's candidate for Akwitia, lawyer Bernard Bediako-Baidu, accusing him of playing a role in the frustrations that led to the death of former MP Ernest Yakumi. Alleged that lawyer Bediako, who represented the NDC's 2024 parliamentary candidate Henry Boachi Adam, dragged Ernest Kumi to court in an election petition challenging the results of the parliamentary elections. According to him, the prolonged litigation took a toll on the late MP, lamenting that lawyer Bernard Bediako was the one Ernest Kumi. He claims that attending court cases being cited for contempt caused him to be frustrated to the point that he never even received his common fund until he died. The by-election for Akwitia will be contested by NPP Solomon Kwame Sumedu and Bernard Bediako-Baidu, who is the parliamentary candidate for the NDC, as well as an independent candidate, David Ankoma.
If he said, Abranti Yakoshisha, Area of Foyachi, I said, Yakumia, we knew about it, watching a boss, yes, watching a boss, and then Sasa, and they are committing.
In other news, commuters may soon be faced with major transport disruptions across the country as the Ghana Private Road Transport Union, the GPRTU, issues a stern ultimatum to government if the Pokwase-Amasaman stretch is not attended to by close of Wednesday. The union is threatening a nationwide strike if urgent works do not resume on the abandoned Pokwase-Amasaman Road by Wednesday, August 20 this year. The project, which began under the previous administration, has stalled despite assurances from the roads minister that contractors have been paid. Now, efforts to get further clarification from the ministry since the minister's last deadline have yielded no results until the union says it has no option but to ground services nationwide. Let's now engage Desmond Sowanai. He's the Municipal Chief Executive for the Ghana West Municipal Assembly. Thank you very much for joining us. Good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. Thank you for asking. I trust you're doing well too.
Very well.
Okay. Now, let me ask you. You live in that area. You ply that route daily. How concerning is this development?
Hello, can you come again, please?
I'm asking how concerning the deplorable state of the road is to you and the people you superintend over.
Yes, thank you very much. I think first and foremost, I would like to thank GHOne for your initiative and interest in ensuring that the road contracts with speed. I think one of the initiatives that I took as the municipal chief executive central to this restructuring, I organized for MCs, that is Ganov and Sawam Adweji, to join me to go and consult with the Maripoma contractors. So we went there as a team, we had a meeting, and we discussed this road thoroughly. And I think afterwards, there was a press conference by the Minister for Roads and Highways. And we met the press and a few questions were asked. And where we are now, I think the situation is set, but thank God that solution is right here. In the past, I think you also know very well that this road has become insane in the sense that when it rains, it becomes very difficult to drive to commuters, travelers, and everything, get stuck for over an hour. And I'm very pleased that, and I know that this is very uncomfortable and inconvenience to our commuters. For me, agenda is to make GHOne West, which is the gateway to Accra, meaning that if people are coming from even Burkina Faso, Northern region, Eastern region, Ashanti region, all the way, as soon as they get to Amasaman, which is the central seat of GHOne West, they know that when you get to Amasaman, is the gateway to Accra. You've got into Accra. So the idea, my vision, is to develop communities through industrialization, and this can only be achieved when we have roads that are up to standard. Because GHOne West, as I said, is made up of 1,685 kilometers road. However, only 5% are road travel. So this central road, which is the highway that is going to connect the south to the north, is central to my agenda. And particularly, I've taken interest in monitoring, and I can assure you that today, the contractors are back to site, and they started some work. I've engaged them, and look, every week I'm on their neck, and they have confirmed that what they have started now, within 6 weeks, the roads should be more trouble. And maybe within 3 months.
At what point did the contractors come back to site? Mr. Sowa, at what point did the contractors come back to site? You say as we speak. Was it this morning? Was it yesterday? Was it Saturday?
I think Saturday.
Saturday?
Yes.
Okay, we'll check with that. But some drivers are threatening a blockade. And then, as you mentioned, this is the gateway to Accra. That obviously will disrupt the local economy. What immediate steps is your office taking to avert this?
Okay, so I have set up a monitoring committee to liaise with Maripoma contractors, the Minister of Highway, and the GHOne West administration. So these people are always on them. And just as I said, I think that it's in people's rights and domain to demonstrate, to show their unhappiness. Personally, I'm always involved in every demonstration National Democracy has embarked on for a good purpose. Why not speak? But where we are now, they should also understand that we are inheriting this project, and we are inheriting the debts, and we have credited accounts of the contractors, meaning that we are showing some readiness to ensure that we bring the road to speed. So they should support the agenda, and also as our engagement goes, I believe in 6 weeks, as they have promised me, they should give these 6 weeks, and let's see what stage the road will be at. Then maybe we can talk about demonstration. I'm not going to stop anyone from demonstrating because they are expressing their rights as citizens. So yes, of course. But this is what I'm saying. I have taken it upon myself to be monitoring. I'm the monitoring coordinating officer this road, and I have particular interest because of my agenda that Amansama Gan West becomes the gateway to Accra, meaning that when the industries are here, people coming from the North Ashanti region, wherever, when they get here, they'll find a job, they'll find a place to live happily, and it will decongest Accra. So it is my personal interest to pursue this. So they should give us some time on behalf of the road minister, who has also shown signs of good faith. He has done the needful, and now the contractors are back to site. So they would, and I'm pleading with them. They should give us about 6 weeks, because they told me that by 6 weeks, everything should be fine on the road. As I'm speaking with you.
So for your constituents, commuters, you're showing them that in 6 weeks, they will no more be frustrated.
To come and discuss with me.
Mr. Nye, I'm asking, for commuters, your residents, you're telling them that in the next 6 weeks, they will no longer be frustrated on that stretch. Is that it?
Indications, information reaching me says exactly so.
How many kilometers of the stretch was constructed prior to you coming into office? You say it was an inherited project. So I've had some NPP communicators say 70%. Can you tell us whether indeed the road was constructed 70% wise?
I doubt. I'm not the expert on the field, but from what I see, I don't think that is accurate. I think when we came to power, we have rather pushed for this road to get to standard. And I can say,
what was in the handing over notes to you?
Or that as I speak now, and you are aware, funds have been released for this project to be carried on. And these funds are not something that were pre-budgeted, okay? But out of necessity, and to ensure that at least we certify our citizenry, and we continue the projects as His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama did indicate that, yes, all meaningful projects that the previous government started, which we think that's going to benefit our country, benefit citizenry, we shall pursue them. So exactly is what we have done.
All right. Mr. Nye, thank you very much. That's Desmond Soana. He's the Municipal Chief Executive for the Ga West Municipal Assembly. So if you live in and around the Pokwase and Masamana area, know that within the next 6 weeks, you have some respite. Now, in the wake of the tragedy that claimed the lives of the nation's 8 gallant men, including Dr. Edward Omanibuama and Dr. Murtala Mohammed, and 6 others, the movement for change is demanding that government, by executive instrument, ban all small-scale and artisanal mining activities, whether legal or illegal, with immediate effect for a year. A 10-point action plan, which was signed by the party's Director of Communications, Solomon Owusu, is also asking that all small-scale and community mining licenses issued by the Minerals Commission in the 15 years are revoked. So let's engage Ebu Bakman. He's a leading member of the Movement for Change, and he joins us for a conversation on this. Mr. Bakman, thank you very much for joining us. You think that your 10-point plan is test-proof and can help us solve the issue of illegal mining in the country?
Let me first and foremost say that as he rightly said, following what happened, the kind of tragic experience we encountered as a nation, it has become necessary for every Ghanaian to add his or her voice to the kind of situation that our gallant 8 people were going to deal with, which is the issue of Galamsey. And so it's on the basis of that the Movement for Change, through our leader, we've put out these 9 points, a 10-point, if you like, plan that we believe can help solve the issue of galamsey, the problem that we dealt us. Let me say that it is our wish that this government succeeds. We are not like other political parties that want this government to fail so that they can come to power. We believe that whenever a government fails, the effect on the society is huge, and therefore would want this government to succeed. So this is not the first time we've offered alternative solutions to problems that is confronting this country. You remember when the president won the election and Mr. Lanchamantin went there to greet him, he gave him a copy of our GTP that he could always fall on it if it becomes necessary for him to make that move. And so we want this government to succeed, and that is why we've added our voice to the numerous voices that are calling on this government to, if you like, come up with different strategy and different approach to solve the problem of galamsey. So yes, we believe that the government has its own plan. We want to believe that the government means well in its fight against galamsey, but because the kind of strategies we've used over the years have not been working, it is important to bring more ideas on board, and that is why we have also given up our 10-point plan that can be added to what the government is doing. We are not saying that this should be the only, if you like, proposition or suggestions that the government would have to look at. The government can look at other ones, but we have put forward these 10 for consideration by the government.
Don't you think a blanket ban is going to affect the entire mining industry?
Yeah, it is important. You see, the kind of situation, the problem you have in the mining sector, you need what I call the peace be still situation. You need to, as our Lord will always do, he said, peace be still before he begins to address issues. So we want that peace be still period of 1 year. Because, you see, the problem we are having is that if you go to the galamsey sites, some of the people who are engaging in galamsey really have, they are small-scale miners, actually. And those who are also doing community mining are also doing galamsey. So there seems to be a problem, there seems to be a confusion in the sector. So it is important, if you really want to fight galamsey, we are saying that 1 year ban on small-scale mining and community mining will give us the ample time to be able to do things properly. In that case, if as people also requesting for a state of emergency, if the two go together and we have such situation where a whole 1 year, we are not having mining activities by these small-scale miners and the community miners, except the industrial miners, it will give us time to be able to, one, restore our water bodies within that 1 year, and also do reforestation, the forests that have been damaged. We can also go back and redo tree planting, cash crop planting and all that to restore the forest as well. Then we can also use the 1 year to do proper audit of those licenses that have been given. Because, to be honest with you, most of these licenses are either fake or they are either expired licenses, or some of them acquire them through dubious means. We need to do proper audit, comprehensive audit of these licenses, so that when all is said and done, we know that we are dealing with people who are properly registered and licensed to do small-scale mining or whatever, community mining, if that also becomes necessary. So, yes, 1 year ban, for us, it is important we do that. We don't want to mince words on that, because, as I said, the kind of strategy we've used over the years, they have not been working. And therefore, if you want to do something, you should be very brutal about it. For me, if you're able to do, if not all the things that we have prescribed, if the government is going to do some of them, I think it will go a long way to help solve this problem of galamsey, especially where the situation where, if you look at one of our points, we said that we should have a business model. We should create a special business model for these young men, because some of them, because they were born within that community, all that they know is mining. So there's the need for us to direct them to do proper mining. And we believe that
I absolutely agree, Mr. Bachman. Thank you very much for speaking to us. That's Ebu Bachman. He is a communications team member for the Movement for Change. Now, at least 10 passengers sustained serious injuries when a Toyota Haze collided with a Toyota Vitz at Isechu Junction on the Ampoma on the Ampama Road on the Cape Coast Highway in the Central Region. The injured passengers were rushed to the Mankasim Government Hospital for treatment. Eyewitnesses say the Toyota Haze with registration number GW866114 was traveling from Mankasim to Accra, while the Toyota Vitz with registration number GG137522 was heading from Accra to Mankasim. Following the impact, both vehicles veered off the road and crashed into nearby food vendor stalls, destroying property. An eyewitness, Kwesi Bonya, confirmed that the victims were immediately taken to hospital. He further appealed to the Minister of Roads and Highways to construct speed ramps at the junction to help curb the rising number of accidents in that area.
But when when I get a cabin, I'll pack no, when you from but those are just I buy 6 and less. I will make my family as a trust me, no woman in the bed, trust me.
The vehicles crashed on the Accra-Takoradi Road due to overspeeding. If drivers were more cautious approaching this junction, these avoidable accidents would cease. Traders were also selling here. It is very dangerous. Thank God it is not worse and that no one died.
Let's now take you to the business world.
The Business Brief is brought to you by CompuGhana, passion for technology.
Of petrol and liquefied petroleum gas at fuel stations across the country. The chamber projects that petrol prices will rise between 0.39 and 2.71%, while liquefied petroleum gas (LPG) may go up between 0.15 and 2.34% in the second pricing window of August 2025. The adjustment, the chamber says, are consistent with global market trends. Let's engage the head of research at the Chamber of Petroleum Consumers, Eric Ofori. Thank you very much for joining us, Mr. Ofori. Now, diesel prices on the international market fell sharply by over 5%. Why is this not translating into a significant relief at the local pumps?
Okay, thank you, Lily, and then good afternoon to you and viewers. Yes, on the international front, we did record some gains, especially with the FOBs for diesel. However, there was a marginal depreciation of the cedi, some 0.85 depreciation of the cedi from the last pricing window. The cedi was trading around 10.55 to now 10.77. That is what has translated into we projecting that diesel should see about 1% drop at the pumps. Unfortunately, we are not seeing that because the OMCs feel it is not too significant to warrant any form of decline at the pumps. However, we are still pleading with them to reconsider their decision. I'm seeing some of them, reducing from the 14 region to now 13, region, which is okay for us as consumer advocates. So we are still appealing to the OMCs to reconsider some of their decisions, even though we are seeing that petrol should have risen marginally by some 2%. We're still hopeful that the OMCs will respond accordingly.
Now, for the Chamber of Oil Marketing Companies, they are projecting marginal increases of not less than 3%. What could this mean for us and our region?
Well, like I said, usually these things balance themselves off. We projected 1% decline in diesel prices at the pumps. Again, we projected that petrol prices will rise by some 2%. Now, correspondingly, you realize that 2% and 1% ordinarily should cancel itself. I mean, it should not really result in any appreciation or increase in prices, especially with petrol at the pumps. That is why we are still appealing to the OMCs to reconsider their decision, perhaps absorb some of their margins, shelve them, give some level of respite to consumers. Mind you, there were even talks earlier about transport unions, attempting to increase transport fares. Now, when these things happen, they will push the transport unions to increase the fares. So we are still appealing to them to reconsider, perhaps maintain the prices at maximum, and then also if they want to be on the side of consumers, maybe just reduce it marginally for us, to have some form of relief.
All right. Thank you very much. So that's Paul Erikofori. He's head of research at the Chamber of Petroleum Consumers, Ghana. Now, the Paramount Chief of the Nkusukum traditional area, GHOne Okese Sando, the 11th, I beg your pardon, has appealed to the Atlantic Lithium Company to immediately compensate farmers and residents in Ewoya whose livelihoods have been affected by ongoing mining activities. According to the chief, GHOne Okese Sando, numerous complaints have reached his palace from residents who say the company has failed to honor its promise of compensation after destroying farmlands and properties.
Ewoya, a predominantly farming community, has seen its farms and food supplies devastated by lithium operations, forcing many residents to depend on others for survival. The situation in Ewoya highlights wider challenges linked to the lithium mining lease agreement, which is yet to be ratified by Parliament. The delay has stalled compensation and resettlement arrangements, leaving many residents stranded as mining activities continue. Residents fear worsening environmental degradation, the loss of livelihood, and possible social unrest due to the company's lack of transparency and failure to provide clear information and compensation, resettlement, and community support. The Paramount Chief of the area, GHOne Okese Sando the 9th, revealed that he had personally intervened to stop planned demonstrations by the affected community members, but warned he may allow protests if compensation is not paid without further delay. He stressed that beyond compensation, residents deserve proper infrastructure, social amenities, and sustainable livelihood interventions.
Last month, the letter came one chief executive that one share compensation. One farmers no. Now because he complained to Obama not Dawson. Demonstrations are my team sabi one yuma or Dawson. GM Asaroko needed my furniture my year, but the Australia but that come on. Dead. One chance the Wolutia, Montibiaze, Yanet Nan Yabama being for Kasa. While my assurance, August, September, ratification,
So that's the Paramount Chief of the Nkusukum traditional area, GHOne Okese Sando the 9th. Let's head to the sports world.
Hi there, I am Nana Ama Ajimana. Accra Hearts of Oak are champions of the 2025 Best Manche Omawo Peace Cup after brushing aside fellow Ghana Premier League side Heart of Lions with a 2-0 victory. Both teams set up strongly and made their intent to win right from the start of the first half. Victory means Accra Hearts of Oak have now lifted the Omawo Charity Cup 2 times in a row. Up next for Accra Hearts of Oak and Heart of Lions, both teams will turn their attention to the upcoming Galka Top 4 tournament. Now, Galka have revealed prizes for tickets for the 2025 Galka Top 4 tournament. VVIP is going for 100 Ghana cedis. VIP is 50 Ghana cedis and regular is 20 Ghana cedis. The tournament is scheduled to take place from August 20 to 24, 2025 at Accra Sports Stadium, serving as a key preparatory event ahead of the new Premier League season. This year's edition will feature 4 of Ghana's elite clubs Premier League champions, BBN Gold Stars, Heart of Lions, Kumasi Asante Kotoko, and Accra Hearts of Oak. These teams will use the competition to fine-tune their squad and strategies while offering fans a preview of the excitement to come in the 2025-26 season. On the international front, Ricardo Calafori's header saw Arsenal air to a 1-0 win against Manchester United. I am Nana Ajman. Back to you, Lily.
Thank you very much. Let's take to the foreign front now. Now, rescue workers in northern Nigeria are searching for more than 40 missing passengers after a boat accident in Sokoto State, the authorities have said. The National Emergency Management Agency said the boat was carrying more than 50 people to a local market when it capsized in the river GHOne on Sunday. A Sokoto official told reporters that 4 people have been found alive. NEMA said it was intensifying efforts alongside local authorities to locate those still missing. Boat accidents occur regularly in Nigeria due to overcrowding, poorly maintained boats, and the failure to enforce safety regulations. In December 2024, 54 bodies were recovered from the River Niger after a boat that may have been carrying more than 200 passengers capsized. It was the 3rd incident of a passenger boat going down in a 60-day period. A month earlier, in November 2024, a wooden dugout canoe packed with nearly 300 passengers overturned and sank in the middle of the Niger, killing nearly 200 people. That should do for the news. I am Lily Mohammed on behalf of the entire team led by Alice Aite Enin and Nadima Umar Uthman. We say thank you very much for watching. For more news updates, kindly log on to starfm.com.gh. Good afternoon.